Hello, I'm Nathan Judo. I'm here with Wolves reporter Mr. Tim Spiers. Tim, sun's out.
Sun's out.
Sun's out, guns out.
Yeah.
Nuno's been happy this week. Bit more like this.
Bit more Iberian weather.
Very much so.
They like it.
They've had a bit of a chill out this week, I think. The players had a couple of days off, but they're back to business now.
Yes, and we get to see if they can do it on a Sunday afternoon in Bolton.
Oh, yes. Sunday afternoon in Bolton.
Sunday, I said.
Oh, I thought you said Sunday afternoon.
Sort of. It's half and half. Thanks for picking that up. So yeah, Bolton back to business after the week that was. Lots of sore heads knocking around. That's just the Express and Star offices, as you may have seen this week. And yeah, but no, the players are back in on Wednesday, and they've got a job to do because they've got a title to win.
Title to win, like you say, and Bolton are going to be scrapping for their lives, aren't they?
Yes.
I mean, don't give me one-word answers, man. I need more than that. No, but it's going to be difficult, and if Wolves do play, you know, on this not to the same standards they have done recently, they'll probably get beat because Bolton will be a tough nut to crack.
Well, that's it, innit? It's the old after the Lord Mayor show. If they take their half the ball, then yeah, this game means so much to Bolton, and I'm sure there'll be a big home crowd tomorrow, vociferous home crowd. Certainly, they love beating Wolves, as Wolves love beating Bolton. You know, there's a bit of needle between the clubs that's gone back 20, 30 years now. So they'll be well up for it. They've got the champions in town to have the
champions in town,
champions elect in town to have a party with 5,000 fans in that away end.
Yeah.
So Bolton aren't gonna roll over, and they've got a couple of ex-Wolves players who'll be extremely keen to ruin the party. Carl Henry and Adam Lafondra. And they'll be well up for it. And if we say it time and again this season with Wolves against the so-called lesser teams, if Wolves don't put the effort in that the opposition do, then there's a chance they'll get beat.
So targets, promotion, tick.
Yeah.
Title, and then what have we got? What does Nuno want from this season, do you think? What does he still want from this season? I tell you what, he wants utter professionalism from his players for the last 3 games, whatever they do. If they start messing around and look like they've got they're 1 foot on the beach already, like some people, then 1 foot on the Vegas Strip.
Then he won't be happy, and he'd drop them, and there'll be consequences. You know, that's the kind of guy he is, and that's one of the reasons what makes him such a great manager. So, but as far as physical targets go, he wants the title, and he wants 100 points. Ideally, he wants 104 because he wants maximum points in the last 3 games. But I think he wants the league table and the points total to reflect just how good this team is and what a good job they've all done this season. He isn't shy of saying how much better his team are than opposition teams, and he wants the league table to reflect that in their sheer dominance. And unfortunately, they can't catch Reading's 106 points from 2005-06, which was a championship or second tier record. Yeah. But 104 would do just nicely, so that's what we're aiming for. So
let's talk about teams.
They're not just saying it. You do get managers saying this, but he genuinely means it. He wants maximum points in the last 3 games. Yeah,
and it's the focus. The focus is always that was Sunday night. The focus is always there, and like you say, they've reacted well after a defeat. So you know that if they won't be complacent, because that's not how they are. It's a terrible question.
Come on. Well, they haven't lost their last game, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I know. Moving on. Team news.
Here we go.
Cavallero,
right.
Neves.
Just say team news.
Cavallero,
I'll
Neves.
pick up the mantle. Right.
Cavallero,
team news,
Neves.
it says. Cavallero out. Neves
gone. 100% gone.
Neves in.
Yeah.
Ryan Bennett out.
Bit of a shock, Ryan Bennett, or we?
Well, he was fine last week, so yeah, it's obviously someone on the training ground this week, so he's out. Cavallero's out, but Nuno says he's hopeful that they will play some part again in the season.
So replacements hit me.
Centre half, it's between
Bart
and Miranda, you've got to say, because Miranda came in the last time the defence
changed. But he got binned off pretty quickly, didn't he?
He got binned off at half time. And Danny Bart got binned off after an hour the last time he played. So we haven't seen Courtney Horse since Swansea away. In the FA Cup, Football Association Cup, and sorry, so I'm in a funny mood today. So who will we see?
Both.
The natural replacement is Danny Bart, because Danny Bart is right-footed. He's also the club captain. And he will be the natural replacement coming for Ryan Bennett. If Courtney Horse comes in, you've got to change the defence around. You've got to stick Bolly on the right side, I think, which you could do. I think Bolly's the only one they've got that can play in each of those 3 positions, I think, comfortably. So they could do that and bring Hawes in. It's a tough one. I think he'll go with Danny Bart.
Just go with Danny Bart. What a great unexpected opportunity to prove his worth and finish the season strong.
finish the season potentially in the team, and then lifting the trophy, you know, as captain and having played. You know, I'm sure Danny's is gutted that he hasn't featured much recently. You know, people forget. You know, fans are quick to get on his back for whatever reason, but people forget how good he was at the start of the season. He slotted straight into this team. He adapted his game to a completely different style of football, and he did it very well. And he cut the individual errors out. There was certainly no clamour for him to be out of the team. Nuno decided to make the change, and then Bennett come in and took it with both hands. The problem for Danny was that Villa game. You know, he had a really poor game. You could point at him for a couple of goals in that 4-1 defeat, and then all of a sudden he's back out of the team again. So
such is the competition for places.
Such competition for places, which everyone accepts. So they'd rather be part of a winning team with competition for places than a team that's bottom of the table where you play every week. I can guarantee you that. So massive chance for him. And then other changes. Yes, so Cavalera's out. So the obvious one's Afobe for me, I think.
Yeah, of course.
Or Bonattini.
Bonattini, who did come on before Afobe.
He did, but I would think it would be Afobe, Jota and Costa as your front trio. And the rest of the team picks itself.
Okay. Ready? Finished?
Just because this means so much to them, he will be picking his strongest 11, I'm sure.
One thing we haven't discussed this week, season ticket prices.
Yeah.
They have gone up.
They have, considerably.
As expected, fair or foul, do you feel, with the prices?
I think that the prices as they are pretty fair.
Okay.
The problem is they went so low last year after the season they'd had, and they made a big thing, you know, reward for the fans. You know, we know it's financially challenging, we want to get young people into the ground, so they made a big thing about that. They offered that refund, if you remember.
Yes.
If they hit 16.5k, then season tickets would have been about 200 odd quid this year. Now they're up to 400 or 500 odd.
Sure.
So it shows you how low they were willing to go last year, and now how high they've gone in comparison to that. And the big thing they made a thing of last year was under 17s, a season ticket for 50 quid.
Incredible.
Under 12s or even less, I think it's 20 odd quid. Now those prices have trebled, right?
Yes.
Now that's going to hit people hard, and under 17s from 50 to 150, it doesn't look great. You know, there weren't many kind of positives or anything that they could kind of hook this on this week. They were just kind of saying, you know, this is sort of the price of success. And Fosun have put so much money in, so it's kind of time for you guys to give a bit back. Now, I completely understand the financial argument. They've got to maximise their revenues. If this club goes to where they want it to go, i.e. Champions League, let's not beat around the bush here, or European football certainly, then the prices will be astronomical, because you've got to reflect that. So they need to start putting their price up, because the price has been very good for 10 years. I think they're still slightly lower than they were the last time they were in the Premier League.
Okay.
2011 kind of time.
And yet the squad you've got
slightly lower than that, but people look at the rise that they've had to go through this week, and they say, look, I've got 6 weeks now to pay what, £2,000 for a family of 4 maybe, or whatever. And it's disappointing in a way, because I know of some fans who literally can't afford this now.
Sure.
And yes, it's a price of success, but it is a shame that fans who've been with them since League One a few years ago, or obviously for much longer than that, loyal fans who've been there through thick and thin, and will just want to watch their football team. It doesn't matter, because that's the thing that Wolves put it on this week. It's the quality of football so much better. So surely you can pay more for that. So a lot of fans just don't care about quality of football. Sure. They just love Wolves, and they just want to turn up week after week. Really, of course they want to see a winning team, but they'll be there in League Two or the Premier League. Yeah. And some of those fans now can't go, which I think is very sad. But that's the way that football is these days.
But isn't gate receipts just such a small price with the money that they're going to be earning? That don't you think they should have maybe kept it similar?
That's another argument, that Fosun have got so much money that, you know, why can't they reward the fans with some lower prices? You know, we have seen it with some clubs in the Premier League. Huddersfield got, you know, very innovative price scheme. But from Fosun's point of view, they're a business, and fans are customers. There's no getting around that. You're a supporter number, you're a customer, and you've got to maximise your revenue streams, is what Laurie Dalrymple was saying this week. And I completely understand that argument. You know, if they go to Fosun asking for, you know, a certain amount of money to improve part of the ground, or you know, as Laurie Dalrymple said this week, £100 million stadium redevelopment might be on the way in a couple of years' time. So the Fosun might turn around and say, well, look, you know, you're asking us for this cash, but you're not making the most money out of your customer base. So it works both ways. Fosun are an investment firm. They want to make money out of this in the long run, and if fans are paying, you know, dirt cheap prices, that's not the way business is run, is it?
No.
So it's striking, as always, that fine balance between making money and keeping your fans happy. And
Still got the £20 away days as well, though. That's good, isn't it, for the fans?
Yeah, no, definitely. Like I said, I just find it unfortunate that some fans have been priced out, but the prices, as they are very competitive compared to other Premier League clubs. But like I said, it's just the rise this week is what's eye-watering for some fans.
Okay, score prediction, feeling good?
2-1 Wolves, I think.
2-1 Wolves and the title secured.
Yeah, so just to confirm, so Wolves need a point for the title. If they were to lose to Bolton, then Cardiff host Forest later in the day.
Yeah.
Basically, Cardiff are 12 points behind with 4 games left, so they've got to have a perfect set of results, and Wolves have got to have a disastrous set of results.
Okay.
So if Cardiff drop any points, the title's Wolves'. If Wolves, I got told off saying Wolves' didn't I?
Oh yes, you did. Yes, yes. Listen to the podcast later.
Got an angry email.
Angry email.
The title is Wolves. But it is Wolves'.
Wolves is Wolves. Neves is.
If Wolves get a point, which they will, then it's theirs.
Okay, happy days. Myself, Tim, and new reporter, Wolves reporter, Mr. Jamie Brasington. Oh,
and 5,000. What's he doing?
There he is. There he is. Wave to the camera, Jamie. There he is. There he is. And how many?
And 5,000 Wolves fans.
5,000 peeps.
Can I say before you sign off?
Well, yeah, go on then. I can't believe you've interrupted my sign off.
No, I just want to wish Chris Davis a very speedy recovery. Top Wolves fan, top Wolves man. Get well soon, Chris.
Get well soon, Chris. For all the build up on this one, make sure you log on to expressandstar.com.